great job. Thank you. Tell me how.
You China film ever made.
Whoa! Wow! I thought it was very moving and very heart-wrenching and what they must have gone through.
Okay, hello, welcome back to my Avukama channel. Ane atrinam shikyu shudra. Ani matsautu ni da soloine de siudu kyalo yo de chasashira. Wa shortpen kendeyo. Ani 당이 교환소 드린 교환소 이야기 탐낼 때 따오다 보여주려 셰벨라. 아니 가장 이 위로 땅에 하고래 가장 아리라 아이와라 사자들라니 제티프라니 줄리안 디베크 인터내셔널 필름 페스티벌 아니 지겨라 호텔로 조지 데모디 추두가라 아니 가서 가서 뛰어시러 아니 이 비디오 찍던 아니 단단히 나오는 집 가장 아니 제티프 그 인터내셔널 플랫폼 데 나오는 아니 셴벨라가 인터뷰 치셔라 아니 지민이 두라 아니 콘소 남주 지민이 데 소필 페스티벌 레두가 다이렉터 다 액터 술 순다실려와요 어디로 이제 셰 아니 모이디 가르콜라레 아니 모이 송이 수레 한데 데데기 저 어디 강사 지민이 뎀도 지민이 디기 호스신 게시더라 소 드르쇼야 랑두가라 아니 이디 통소 아직 따이로 와우 섬사마 셴벨라 오라인게 계자 항상 야부시더라 따디 두둥이 얘기 가루 통슬로 나와서 배반 나무도 되게 이야기하니다 상마하고 오버요 나무도 상마하고 배워서 가도 쉬어면 가대 야에면 직 여러 당아서 부춘준에 좀 고수고 다 상마 나도 춘준 깨도 그러니 배워서 요마라 어떻게 프로 하고 가대 쉬어면 다 단다 같이 셴벨라게 인터뷰디 치두가 나네 어머니 TV 웹코라 사와라 닉세데가 싫어 너는 쉬어마 망치어지요 너는 싫어 요마 소 드닝 셴벨라게 직대시기 자두고라 모이디 송이 수임에 안 수수 비서래 수수 팀 가세요래 아니 모이기 속에 금세 아니 디기 좀빼 좀문에로 와 다디 아저지 히스토리 지로 좀닝 바지래 또 어디 모이나 마 된두고라 또 상도다 치게 인터내셔널 미 망부지기 다 갔었다이로 망부지기 다 고대 배우려고 갈라오다 본소이네 이제 에베 차야로지 근데 가만도 당랑이 이제 주식강도 망부지게 돼 공사초라니 봐줘 야매기 다 왕되고라 다 도도 딩이네 파 야갈라파 데데치와 상가 지교디 강사 다 주식강도 망미다 본소이 지주로 소 어디 강사지 인지도 직라두가라니 인지도 항로 상 아니 배 야푸진 얘기도 어디도 직다 신백에를 라두가라요 야푸 슈스톤스 얘기인데 직당 아주 치료 밀라 고대 배로 좋아지 하고 줘야지 때문에 지금 저기 뭐이도 괜히 야푸 슈스톤스 배가 나오도 하고 봤다 지금이 막 꾸지 하고 뭐이도 따겠다 셴바지 칼로리 카부도 치료 밀라인데 awareness day the couple doya tisni shebela koral hats of lai khajina na korangi yabushi shidura ane pe geja yabushi dura pajo kodeo je ni jigala pe shage example shage aji khate nya eme ji ane khande sin swe me moid sodu goda shebeki dum shido then also join singing that the video do gora injige da thisa maji sama injige shingora so ni loya ro video de 아니 코랑기 디기 나올라 계자지 시도아 모이 간데 쇠메 다 간데 차냐 이메 데서 돌아 데서 가서 문에다 간에 아주 가도이나 나 미셔바지 인가라고 미셔바지 라고 말다서 나 데나올라 요레 나 참이지 그래 데나올라 가리차 유메지 요레 같이 냐 이메지 요레 사토슈레 다 강상 아주 나 요두고라 코랑기 라두고라 알페 릴레치드와 아니 스메죠 아니 치레 코란기 나도 인치미다 치로 밀란데 디시 자두고라 소소이 가이드로 같이나 에레데 진짜 히스토리 지금 맞던 거라 저 배바지도 나오라 지도 나오로 배웠어 배바지도 나오도 하고 치로 밀었다 직던 거 되두고라요 아직 소소 프라우드 필 치도라 소소디가 내가 치라 디마 가이드 아직 아주 다이렉터 배바베 참여 배바베 참마 배바지게 지두고라다 배바 참마 하루 바로 지두고라 치로 밀라지 international platform ko chik ma de 마트인도 가라 항상 지카로 proud moment 라고 proud moment 지그레샤라 사물로 어디지 나트니 어디가 랑이투스라 아니 쿠란 거지 인터뷰스다 우리 얘기 샤우 견서 따로치 아니 쿠란 잔이 비자야 뭐 쉬어줘요 어디지 아니 딱고 like I will always follow him you know 그 가리 거지 계좌 가리 요에네 like news story네 like something a podcast in a interview in the what someone 얘기 다 버리시오 오케이 드네 나 쿠란 거지 따로치 야야 사물로 세리
Film Festival. We are back in the Filmmaker Lounge. We are doing interviews again today. I am Tara.
I'm Natalie.
And here we go. We get a new one.
All right.
What's your name and your film?
My name is Shenpenn, Kim Sar, and my film's called 4rivers6ranges, The Untold Story of Tibet.
The Untold Story of Tibet, and you're a Tibetan filmmaker.
Yes.
Tell us just a little synopsis about the film.
You know, a lot of people have been asking me, what's the log line?
Yeah, the
log line.
So I'll tell you what the log line is. This is the biggest China film ever made.
Whoa!
Wow!
That's the log line.
You heard it.
Yeah,
That's the log line.
You
That's
heard
a great
it.
log line,
Take
actually.
a second, but you heard it.
Yes. So the premise is this happened in the 1950s when the Chinese invaded Tibet, and the Dalai Lama's life was at risk. He was 23 years old, and then the ordinary Tibetans, you know, took up arms like farmers, traders, monks, and they took up arms to defend the country and His Holiness the Dalai Lama. So they fought the Chinese People's Liberation Army, the military on horsebacks.
Oh, wow.
And so they are the ones who protected and escorted the Dalai Lama to the Indian border in 1959. And CIA, during Dwight B. Eisenhower's time, CIA was involved, and that operation was called Shadow Circus.
Oh, wow. So is this historical reenactments?
Okay.
Yes, it's based on a true story,
Oh, it's
based on a book.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but it's narrative.
Yes, it's narrative.
right.
We shot it at the Himalayas, more than 15,000 feet.
Wow.
98% of the actors were first-time actors. We shot it in record time of 19 days. I had crew from Hollywood and Bollywood. And yeah, I mean, it was my way of my rebellion, you know, to make this film. I'm not an entertainer. Like, I don't make films to just entertain people.
yeah.
Gotcha.
You know, I make it because I have something to say. And then the Tibetan kind of impression in the world is Buddhism, compassion, you know, the Dalai Lama.
Right, yeah.
But it is so important for us to tell our stories that has never been told. So they put up a fight. You know, it's just that they didn't have enough support, an army, you know. And these brave soldiers, the brave warriors, it is because of them the Dalai Lama could escape. It is because of them I am here talking to you guys.
Oh, I love it. I want to see this so bad now.
Sounds amazing.
4rivers6ranges.
4rivers6ranges or rangers?
Ranges.
Ranges.
Got
Oh,
it.
wow. Is that mountains? Okay, there you go. Got it. I was like, you said horseback. I got to rangers, you know?
These guys are so cool. I've been following them. I've been watching their interviews, and I'm like, when am I going to meet
Oh,
them?
you're
When's it my turn?
Wait, don't
right
make
now.
Don't make the interview about us. That keeps happening to us. What was your biggest challenge filming? Like, it sounds like a lot
Lot of
could
work.
happen there. What happened? What was the craziest thing that happened to you?
See, so this entire filming itself was a covert operation.
Really?
Yeah, with 300 people. So yeah,
That's really hard to
can
do.
you imagine?
Yeah.
300 people doing this.
300 crews. Yeah. So what I had to do was we shot it in Nepal. In the country, in the Himalayan country of Nepal. Beautiful people, amazing culture. I have so many Nepali friends, but the Nepali government is at the mercy of the Chinese government. So anything to do with Tibet, anything to do with Dalai Lama is not permitted, not allowed in Nepal. So I had to write a fake script called the Himalayan Robin Hood. So we gave the fake script to the government to get our permits. So under the pretense of this fake script, we were shooting, but the government had sent a liaison officer on set to see what we were doing. So his job was to take photos and videos and report back to the government. So obviously there was so much of planning and
Yeah.
contingencies and strategies. So I spent 7 months just prepping,
Yeah.
in Nepal, in Kathmandu. So nobody knew. But when we went on set, we were pretending like we were making the Himalayan Robin Hood. There were 2 police officers, army officers from the Nepal government on duty every time because of the weapons we had. You know, even though they're all fake weapons.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of, you know, I speak the languages, so that helped. My production team, my production manager, production coordinators, so they had to kind of distract them, dodge them, take them out, you know, treat them dinners, you know, whatever. So while they were out of my set, I would shoot the film. As soon as they would come on set, I would only do the warrior scenes, because the warrior scenes, they could look like Robin Hood.
Yeah.
But anytime there was a Dalai Lama, it was an absolute risk. So this is how the film was made. And then also...
That's amazing.
That's incredible. That is a movie in itself.
I was saying, I want to see that
I want to see the movie.
No,
that
there is
in your movie.
actually...
The making of?
Yeah, there is a documentary coming
Okay.
out after this film is done and released.
Oh,
and the
man.
documentary is called The Himalayan Robin Hood, the making of 4rivers6ranges.
Oh my god! And then there's going to be a narrative version of that one later,
Yeah.
and I guarantee.
Well,
that's
Argo.
way too fun. Argo.
Argo
You
is what I
basically-
hear,
was gonna say. I was going to say it, but I couldn't remember the name of that movie. Like, did
Yes,
you just
yes.
Argo yourself into a movie?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and I smuggled the footage after we finished the shoot. So when we wrapped, you know, we were up in the mountains, 15,000 feet up plus in the Himalayas. So after we wrapped, my entire cast crew, you know, we were all leaving, you know, and I basically told every single person, even my immediate first AD, my ADs, that I'm going to be staying at this hotel in Kathmandu for 1 week. I'm going to rest. So that was a diversion, so that nobody knew what I was going to do.
But you were leaving. Yeah.
As soon as I let, so everybody, even my closest people, everybody I want, because, you know, it's so sensitive.
No, and it's dangerous sensitive, not just,
So I said bye to everybody, and I said, I'll see you guys at the hotel in Kathmandu. And then everybody, you know, all the caravan, everybody started leaving. I got into my car, my Jeep, and then I put in the footage. And I had 2 cars. Quietly, we drove for almost 2 days nonstop to the border of India, and then I crossed with the footage.
Wow.
And then I could breathe.
Oh, yeah, no, that's... So
I'm stressed.
you said it was
I'm sweating listening to this story.
19 days of shooting, and that entire time would have just been very stressful. I mean,
stressful.
the normal stress of making a movie, the normal stress of
top of that.
altitude, and then the normal stress of the altitude is what always.
Oh, yeah.
And then, you know, dealing with first-time actors.
Yeah.
And then we were 40 kilometers from the border where the Chinese army was having their drills. Wow. So, but this was my
You were
way
taking
of,
a stance.
Yeah, this was
you
my
were
way of
doing something.
you know, being a rebel, because I've been a long-time human rights activist for Tibet, you know, especially in North America, and so I wanted to do it, you know, because I would, you know, because this story has been with us since we were born, and I was born in exile as a refugee.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, when I listened to the stories of these warriors, the 4rivers6ranges warriors, the real ones, a lot of them I got to meet when they were in their 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
So almost all of them are dead now. There's only maybe a few left. So I would always think what these guys went through and the amount of courage and valor and sacrifice these guys put, nothing I do can compare to that.
Wow.
So that's how I got my courage and strength.
Wow, congratulations. That's such a feat. That is so amazing.
Oh, God, that's so good.
Where are you on your festival? Like, how many festivals?
We did our world premiere at the International Film Festival of Rotterdam in Netherlands. So we had a great turnout, great response, sold out shows. Even the Chinese government actually opposed the film. The Chinese embassy opposed the film, the festival. There was a little bit of chaos.
Good for you.
But that's the point. This is why I made the film.
Yeah.
And because of the budget restraint, not because I'm uber talented, but I wrote, produced, directed, composed the music.
Yeah. Oh, you composed too?
Yes.
Wow.
And we didn't have enough money for stunt and action team. So I actually went to Korea. I went to Seoul because there was this action director that I wanted to work with. We went and we laid out, and he really wanted to help me. Amazing guy. But then their minimal budget ended up being more than the budget of my entire film.
Yeah.
And the film had to be made, so I decided to do the action too myself.
Oh, wow.
So I taught everybody how to ride horses. did all the fight choreography, the music.
Wow.
Did you do like the fight choreography, all the rehearsal and the prep stuff? Did you do that someplace else before you went?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So you already did all the fight
Yes.
choreography, and then you just changed locations
Yes,
and did it.
yes, and then there's some improvisations always,
Obviously,
right?
yeah.
Right.
But again, having said all that, I could not have done this without my amazing team, because it takes an army to make the film. Without my DP, Brandon, you guys met Brandon Cox from Hollywood. He's shot 30 Hollywood films. He's worked with Robert De Niro. He's shot 6 Bruce Willis films.
Wow.
He just finished a Mel Gibson film. I'm nobody, and I'm just a small-time indie filmmaker. So he worked with me. He trusted me, and our teamwork. We're like buddies. We're brothers, and we're working on my next film together. My music co-composer, my friend, the most talented music composer from Nepal. His name is Rohit Shakya. So he was my partner in crime in music. And then just everybody, my production designer, my art director, my editor, my camera team, my assistants, my ADs, my actors, everybody. This would not been possible without everybody's heart and soul.
You can never. There's always going to be someone you forget. Like you can never name everybody. When you stand up here and the microphone's in your face, it gets
But
very.
everybody,
Everyone's so
I appreciate everybody in my team, and they all know.
So how can people follow along with this film? Like, does it have a website?
Yes.
Does it?
We actually don't have a website anymore because I see most people don't look at websites.
Because the Chinese took it down.
Yeah, and then they also look at they go to social media.
Yeah,
I have a lot of followers on my Instagram.
Okay.
My Instagram is shenpenn, SHENPENN, just underscore, and I'll come up. And we have a films page called 4rivers6ranges.
Okay.
So 4rivers6ranges. If you Google 4rivers6ranges, everything will come out.
Great.
Sweet. We'll link all that below as well.
For you again.
That is amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That is
No,
incredible.
you guys are amazing.
No,
We're all
stop it.
amazing.
I'm standing here with the mic. You just went across ranges to bring a film.
But it is because of people like you. All these people get to hear the story, and they get to learn about it.
No, it's because of people like you that all those people get to hear that story.
So we're all interdependent. This is a very Buddhist thing.
Oh.
Endless knot.
Yeah.
This is the endless knot right here.
Oh wow.
So we are all interconnected.
Way to bring it around.
I love it. Oh
We're all
my
into
goodness. Okay. Now, this has been an amazing interview, but I have to end it in the most embarrassing way possible. I have to come over here and with a walk of shame and press this button.
I thought it was very moving and very heart-wrenching, and what they must have gone through, it was very well done. Very well done.
It was incredible.
The acting, the scenery.
The scenery was beautiful. Yes,
there
and everything they went through is unbelievable.
Good job.
Beautiful. Great job. Thank you.
And tell me, how old was the Dalai Lama when he exiled?
23.
I wondered because at times he looked like he was 12.
I think I'm amazed by how detailed the fighting scenes were. That's what I would tell you.
I learned a lot of history.
Yeah, I didn't know that about the Dalai Lama, so I appreciated being able to learn about that.
Yeah.
And I know that the Dalai Lama comes to the United States for medical treatment, and some people get to see him, and I would love to meet the Dalai Lama. Thank you.
And I'm the writer, director, music composer of our film that premiered